Good afternoon, Professor Tornoy, Mr. Kim, and fellow students. I am the third presenter for today's presentation, Jinsol Park. For the past 10 minutes, you have been listening to a presentation on the elementary and middle school part of learning English in Korea. Elementary school, 6 years. Middle school, 3 years. A total of 9 years. 9 years of English. And how many of you can remember yourself graduating middle school, being confident in English, thinking, I've mastered English, I've aced it? Hardly anyone. We've got one? Hardly anyone. But having experienced life in Australia, I can see clearly that there must be a different aim and goal of learning English for the different stages of life within the Korean society. That is the only way to justify why many have not mastered English after spending so much years of time, money, and effort. So before learning English, we need to understand the purpose of learning it. Like you'd expected, I'm going to talk about two purposes of learning English and one main method of learning English in Korean high schools. First, the purpose of learning English in high school is to get admission from prestigious university. In Korea, getting admission to prestigious university seems to guarantee employment and financial security in the near future, which was not likely the case in Australia. In Korea, admission from universities seemed like the first step to a successful life. As everybody longs for a successful life, Korean high school students study English in order to prepare themselves for that ultimate first step. The first step in something is always important because it's like the first buttoning up on a shirt. If the first button is in the wrong hole, you have to do the re-button or start over from the scratch. So understanding our first purpose, I would like to move on to the second purpose. Secondly, for high school students, having excelled in English seems to draw in respect and recognition within their community. In their eyes, university seems like a small version of the real society. And within this society, social recognition is important for adolescents who are conscious of others' eyes. Strangely, a lot of students believe that having a native speaker pronunciation symbolizes their parents' social and economic status, thus being able to afford expensive English tuition fees or a study abroad. In fact, a newspaper article in Korean Times 2013, March 20th, page 7, reports the effects of parents' salary on the improvement of their children's English skills. As reported, it is true that the higher the parent's salary, the higher chance for the children to achieve good English communication skill. Therefore, at least for the high school students, native speaker pronunciation with high scores in their tests is believed to be one of the must-haves to become a member of the elite groups within this status-conscious stage of year. Having the two purposes in mind, I'm going to explain how English is learned in high schools of Korea. Finally, studying method used when learning English in high school is memorization. In order to satisfy the purpose of learning English, high school students are only required to simply memorize word for word the context within the textbook, vocabulary, grammar rules, etc. Noticing this phenomenon, the Korean Minister of Education conducted a test in 2011 examining the students' ability to apply learned information. Interestingly enough, the results showed that the students performed poorly in this test. This indicates that the meaning and significance of learning a foreign language has been neglected. However, when I was in Australia, it was emphasized that in order to be able to say that you have learned an information or achieve some knowledge, you have to be able to apply it to a different problem. So, to sum up the three main ideas I have previously mentioned, the main purpose of learning English in high school years is to receive admission from prestigious universities and gain social recognition within a certain community. Accordingly, when learning English in high school, it improves your memorization skill rather than your actual English communication skills. So taking a step back and looking at the situation, students are not the only ones to be blamed at, as it is a society that looks for a student with a good score, not the student who can actually prove that they have the ability to speak decent English. And that is all for my presentation. Thank you.